From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Thankfully, over the weekend, we only had one fire pop up. That's the Tanum Canyon fire that started in southern Kittitas County. We'll go ahead and take a look at that one. This is Highway 821. This is Canyon Road. It's 326 acres, now 70% contained. So definitely some good news. We still have this level 1 evacuation in place for areas to the south of milepost 21 there off of that highway. Now let's move on. Let's jump all the way over to Walla Walla County, or excuse me, this is technically in Umatilla County. This is the Walla Walla River Road fire, 1,500 acres. Still don't really have that much information on containment, but the evacuations did get lifted, at least for this part of Umatilla County. But for all Umatilla County evacuations, you can find your evacuation zone by going to protect.genesis.com, and you can type in your address, and that'll come into a play a little bit later in this forecast. Now let's go over to Yakima County, the Retreat fire. This one's still burning all over the place. It's 25,000 acres, only 4% contained. It was right on the cusp of Titan. Looks like firefighters have held the line, but still we have several level 3 and level 2 evacuations in place for this one. You can find all of these listed online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Here's the Black Canyon fire. This is the other fire that's in Yakima County around Weenus. This one's just a little over 9,200 acres. It's now almost 90% contained. So we're almost going to be able to close the book on this one. Now on to the Lone Rock fire, which is technically out of our viewing area right now. This is Morrow County. This is Wheeler and Gillum counties. And this fire, we're almost able to put this one to bed as well, as this one is up to 77% contained. It is definitely a lot less active as opposed to the Battle Mountain complex, which we'll show you in just a second. But still, we do have level 3 evacuations in place for the Lone Rock fire. Again, you can find these listed online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Finally, the Battle Mountain complex, which now consists of just 2 fires, the NF Owen fire and the Monkey Creek fire. And obviously, it's the Monkey Creek fire that has taken up all the attention. This one's over 155,000 acres, only 5% contained, and still multiple level 3, level 2, and level 1 evacuations for this one in southern portions of Morrow and Umatilla counties. Again, you can find all of these evacuations listed online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Now, there is some very good news in regards to all this, in that we have some rain on the way. I'll tell you when we can expect that to arrive. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, evacuations are still in effect for the Retreat fire burning in Yakima County. We have the latest and what fire officials are planning for tonight. And the Tri-Cities Water Follies was a success, but also brought 2 accidents on the water. We hear what happened from one of the drivers involved. The latest on the investigation into the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, July 29th. I hope you all had a great weekend. We're going to start off this morning in fire coverage. Evacuation orders remain in place for the Retreat fire burning in Yakima County. Now, this fire has burned more than 25,000 acres and is just 4% contained. There are several closures associated with this fire, and these closures include a Tanum State Forest and the Oak Creek Wildlife Area. The city of Titan is under a level 2 get set evacuation. Fire officials will host a community meeting at 6 p.m. tonight at the Natchez Elementary School cafeteria. If you can't make it to that meeting, it will still be streamed on the Retreat Fire's Facebook page. The Black Canyon fire burning in Kittitas and Yakima counties is now 89% contained. The fire has burned more than 9,000 acres. All evacuation levels have been dropped with this fire, according to Yakima Valley Emergency Management. Now to the Battle Mountain Complex fire, there are level 1, 2, and 3 evacuation orders. These evacuations include parts of Umatilla County and Morrow County. So far, the Monkey Creek fire, which is a part of the Battle Mountain Complex fire, has burned nearly 155,000 acres. The Monkey Creek fire is just 5% contained at this time and has been burning since July 18th. The Bighorn Fire in Klickitat County has burned more than 50,000 acres and is contained at 52%. At this time, Level 1 get-ready evacuations are in place, and there are several road closures associated with this fire. The fire has been burning since July 22nd, and crews continue to mop up hot spots. And the Walla Walla River Road Fire, also known as the Power Line Road Fire, has been contained. Fire officials say area farmers were the biggest help in getting this wildfire contained. The farmers used tractors and discs to help fire officials build fire lines. At this time, it's believed the fire burned around 1,500 acres. Now to a pilot who disappeared while fighting the Falls Fire in Grant County, Oregon, has been identified. The Grant County Sheriff says 74-year-old James Maxwell was helping fight the Falls Fire from his plane when he disappeared. The plane wreckage and the body of Maxwell was found several hours later, and what happened is under investigation. Authorities say Maxwell was an experienced pilot who had been flying for 54 years. In community news, the Water Follies in Kennewick is officially done for the 2024 year. Along with its usual thrills, it also brought some chills as spectators witnessed 2 accidents on the water. On Saturday, J. Michael Kelly, the driver of a U-1 Beacon electric hydroplane, was racing in Heat 1A when the hydroplane overturned. Now, he was evaluated by medical crews and later cleared. On Sunday, a U-12 went airborne during Heat 2A. 2 hydroplanes were damaged, but we're told both drivers are both okay. And coming up in our next half hour, our own Riley Fitzgerald talks to one of the drivers about what happened and also the medical crew on safety duty during the races. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, well, Water Follies is not the only event that took place over the weekend. Art in the Park celebrated its 73rd year. When we come back, we get a behind-the-scenes look at what this year's event looked like. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's time to get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. The new 2024 Kia Niro gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas-electric hybrid, a plug-in hybrid, or as a full electric vehicle. A new 2024 Kia Niro LX gas-electric hybrid starts at just $28,980. Plus, get 4.99% interest for up to 72 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Meet FatBeam Fiber, the fastest growing fiber provider in the West. With over 150,000 fiber miles across 150 cities and 8 states, we offer reliable internet and top-tier service to business, government, healthcare, education, and residential customers. From dedicated internet access to wireless backup, our team ensures 99.99% uptime and superior connectivity. Trust FatBeam Fiber to expand network capabilities and protect your data. Discover more and request a quote at fatbeamfiber.com.
Communist China poses an economic and national security threat to America.
And Dan Newhouse is the leader in Congress fighting for our security.
Dan stood up to Communist China and wrote the bill to stop them from buying up American farms and ranches.
And Dan's working to secure the border and stop the flow of deadly Chinese fentanyl through Mexico and into our communities.
Where Joe Biden fails us, Dan Newhouse fights for us.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message to stand up to Communist China and to secure our border.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
I think this is my favorite. Okay. Huh. What do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
As the fire of love grows,
I am falling.
I'm falling for you. An old flame could burn it all down.
What is going on? I can't do this.
New Bachelorette, tonight on ABC.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are finally tracking some rain that is, it's still well off from our viewing area, but it's now officially on the page and it continues to march off towards the east. So eventually that should help with containment efforts of some of the fires, and we're thinking that overall it should help out with the air quality, but we still have an air quality alert in place until further notice for Yakima County, for Benton County, and for Walla Walla County. The current air quality is either unhealthy for sensitive groups or just straight up unhealthy for parts of the Yakima Valley. So in those areas, you have to sport the N95 mask, especially if you're in one of those sensitive groups and especially if you have a pre-existing respiratory illness. Let's show you what happens with the smoke a little bit later in the day. We'll put this in motion. This is lunchtime. You can see that those northwesterly winds will stream a lot of this very light haze into portions of, well, it's not going to be light haze for the Yakima Valley, but downwind of that should be some light haze for Benton County and into Franklin County. So that's what we'll see as we head into this evening and then into tomorrow. The cycle looks like it's probably going to be the same, if not a little bit less smoke overall. You know, the smoke is always very hard to forecast for as we rely on containment efforts, what the vegetation is looking like, so a lot goes into that. Here's your hour by hour for today for the Tri-Cities. We're expecting the chance of thunderstorms to arrive around lunchtime, and in general for today it's going to be cool compared to average, and we will have those thunderstorm chances. I'll time those out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In community news, Art in the Park hosted its 73rd annual event at Howard Amon Park in Richland over the weekend. Now, hundreds of artists displayed their crafts and tens of thousands of people came to this big event. Our very own Monique Ledesma gives us a look into this year's event, and she also introduces us to a vendor that's been a part of the event for decades, but he made his last appearance this past weekend.
This is my first event at Art in the Park, and I'm loving it so far.
I've tried to come every year, and even if it's the same stuff, it's always something different going on.
45th year, and my last.
Well, I'm an art teacher in Newport, Washington, and so I like to show my students that it is possible to make money with it, and it's something creative. It's my creative outlet, so it makes me money, but also keeps me going creatively, so I love it.
It's my thing. Arts and crafts is my thing. Just love it. And it's nice. It's very nice, and everybody's in an upbeat mood all the time.
All my monsters come with a name and a story, so it shows a little bit of the story. So Sharon is cranky, and then whoever gets the piece gets to break the wax seal, and the rest of the story is on the inside.
Photography. That's what I've been doing for 50 years. So I just, photograph God's creation and share it with people.
We turn to political news now. Analysts say Vice President Kamala Harris is gaining momentum into another week of campaigning. The VP's campaign said it raised $200 million since President Joe Biden dropped out of the race and endorsed her, with 66% of those donations coming from first-time donors. This comes as both Harris and former President Trump enter into the final 100 days until the election. Text messages show local law enforcement flagged former President Donald Trump's shooter more than 90 minutes before the rally. The messages indicate a local sniper reported seeing someone park and sit on a nearby picnic table. They show local law enforcement took a picture of the person 30 minutes later, and he turned out to be the eventual shooter. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, it's what everyone's talking about, the USA's Olympics gymnastics team. When we come back, we get an in-depth look at the most diverse team in Olympics history. Keep it here. We will be right back.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is one for you. Call 853-2222.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected.
Which is ironic.
Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
And I'm already late.
Drive into summer with a Honda CR-V and Accord. Your fun-to-drive, weekend getaway vehicles. From Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Why do you Goodwill? Well, there are countless reasons.
Goodwill makes it easy to support my ongoing creative projects at home with their affordable items.
To be environmentally friendly through upcycling, reusing, and recycling.
For the chance to uncover brand new items at unbelievable prices.
Goodwill means being economical with my money.
With hundreds of reasons to shop at Goodwill, you can feel great about knowing 95.7 cents of every dollar you spend helps your community. Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
Meet Fat Beam Fiber, the fastest growing fiber provider in the West. With over 150,000 fiber miles across 150 cities and 8 states, we offer reliable internet and top-tier service to business, government, healthcare, education, and residential customers. From dedicated internet access to wireless backup, our team ensures 99.99% uptime and superior connectivity. Trust Fat Beam Fiber to expand network capabilities and protect your data. Discover more and request a quote at fatbeamfiber.com.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Hiking with awesome views of the Tri-Cities area. Fly the Northwest Tuesday.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're talking the Olympics now. The United States women's gymnastics team, led by 7-time Olympic medalist Simone Biles, is the most racially diverse in the team's history. Coy Wire interviews former gymnast and 4-time Olympic medalist Dominique Dawes, who is the first black woman to ever win an individual medal at the Olympics, along with Betty Okino and Jordan Chiles, who both speak about what it means to see people that look like them, and also what the growth of the sport's diversity means for them.
I know what it's like being the only black girl on the team and not having a role model.
Sometimes you have to see it before you can truly believe it.
It is so gratifying to see such a diverse group of women who are going to represent this country. And it truly shows that as a sport, we have come a long way.
4-time Olympic medalist Dominique Dawes was the first black female gymnast to ever win an individual medal at the Olympics in Atlanta Games in 1996. At the 2012 London Games, Gabby Douglas became the first black gymnast to win an Olympic all-around competition. Fast forward to today, and 4 of the 5 U.S. women's Olympic gymnastics team competing in Paris are women of color. It's the most racially diverse team in history.
I was trying not to cry, honestly, when I saw the makeup of the team. I just kind of felt like in my heart, I truly felt, wow, we've finally gotten somewhere. Finally able to truly show the talent that we had. And it has nothing to do with the color of one's skin. It has to do with what they do on the mat.
This year's squad, 7-time Olympic medalist Simone Biles, reigning all-around Olympic champ Suni Lee, reigning Olympic floor champ Jade Carey, 2020 Olympic team silver medalist Jordan Chiles, and rookie Hesley Rivera, the youngest member of the entire Team USA delegation.
The next generation of kids growing up, that's not a question anymore if they can do gymnastics because they don't see anybody else that looks like them. You look at our team, our national team, and you see diversity across the board. Not only black and brown girls, but you see all of the different colors.
When you see yourself in somebody else and somebody else can see themselves in you, like, I think it only makes you feel, wow, like I've done something in this world. I've been able to change like the culture in something or the diversity in something. So I just hope I can continue to, be that little light for them.
The women's team final is on Tuesday with the all-around final on Thursday. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, firefighters continue to battle the park fire in Northern California, while they're saying it's expected to burn for over a month. Plus, we have local fire coverage still ahead. Keep it here to find out more.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of Ford vehicles, like the Built Wild Bronco family, with a deal you just can't miss. Your biggest adventures are waiting. So make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. Lease a 2024 Bronco Sport Big Bend for just $369 a month, only at your local Ford dealer.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
Exmark mowers were born to deliver legendary reliability, signature cut quality, and stubborn durability that refuses to give in. Because like you, Exmark mowers were built for this. Save big on Exmark Vertex mowers. Take advantage of instant rebates and bonus fleet discounts for a limited time only.
Experience the difference. Liberty Lawn and Saw on Van Giesen in West Richland.
Well, it's almost election time.
Typical politicians trying to tell us they're conservative.
Yeah, well, that's not Congressman Newhouse. He worked with the liberals to try to remove Trump. And don't get me started on that Sessler.
He's not just a vegan.
Sessler wants a 30% tax on everything we buy.
Even my haircut.
Even my beer. He wants 30% if I want to buy new land.
So the choice is a never Trumper or a vegan.
Tiffany Smiley.
Oh, Smiley's the one.
I really like her.
MWSA Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's time to get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. The new 2024 Kia Sportage gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas engine, a gas-electric hybrid, or as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A new 2024 Kia Sportage with all-wheel drive starts at just $30,990. Plus, get 1.9% interest for up to 48 months. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are tracking some showers on the west side right now, and within the next few hours, I'm thinking that it's eventually going to reach the far western extent of our viewing area in Kittitas and Yakima County. We'll go ahead and show you that with Futurecast. Here's lunchtime. You can see at this point, showers now into portions of Benton County, starting to impact the Tri-Cities, and this all becomes a lot more widespread into the late afternoon to early evening, and even well into the evening, it's going to be some pretty widespread stuff. So we're not thinking this is going to be specifically, very heavy rainfall necessarily, but it will be pretty widespread chances of it. And then into Tuesday morning could have, some models are suggesting that we could have a shower or thunderstorm lingering for either the foothills of the Blues or the Blue Mountains proper. But you see, the gist with Futurecast is that overall tomorrow is going to be a much drier day. So for today, it's going to be cool. We're going to be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Also, of course, we'll have those shower and thunderstorm chances we just talked about. The most preferable area will be along the Cascades, also in the Kittitas Valley. Winds will gust out of the north and west for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, out of the west and southwest for the lower Columbia Basin, and for the foothills, winds gusting between 20 to 30 miles per hour. For tonight, lingering showers. I think most of the thunderstorms should be done at this point, as well, we'll lose daytime heating, which ultimately ends up fueling thunderstorms. But lingering showers, temperatures dropping down into the 50s and 60s, winds still gusting upwards of 20 miles per hour. Could have some of those showers and thunderstorms lingering into Tuesday morning, and then maybe another round of that for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And oh, by the way, here comes the heat again, as we're going to be up around 105 for Friday in the Tri-Cities. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A thunderstorm chance for today, dry for the rest of the forecast period, heating up and near 105 for Friday, if not much hotter than that. For Yakima, we'll have tough air quality downwind of the retreat fire in particular, back to 100 by Thursday. There may be another thunderstorm chance again on Sunday. For Hermiston, a thunderstorm chance today, 100 by Thursday, around 105 for Friday. And then for Walla Walla, also that thunderstorm chance for today, maybe lingering into Tuesday morning, near 105 by Friday, and then cool off by more thunderstorm chances for Saturday and Sunday.
Thank you, Josh. And we look at fire coverage now across the country as firefighters continue to battle the Park Fire in Northern California. Officials saying they expect the Park Fire to burn for at least a month. They also say the fire has destroyed at least 134 structures so far. Smoke from the Park Fire and hundreds of other fires burning in the U.S. and Canada is now blanketing several states. Here's ABC's Allison Kosick with the details.
The massive park fire began Wednesday in the Chico area in Northern California. The flames rapidly spreading. More than 350,000 acres have already burned. After several days of zero containment, on Sunday, firefighters reporting the blaze is at least 12% contained. Thousands of residents have been forced to evacuate.
We're doing the best we can to safely get them back.
Susan Singleton and her husband fled their home in Cohasset, just north of Chico, taking shelter in their vehicle with their 7 dogs.
Whatever we had can be replaced, but I wouldn't have left the animals at all.
ABC's Jacqueline Lee met rancher John Russell, who showed her the fire line constructed by a firefighter as the flames approached. He credits that fast thinking with saving his ranch and his cattle.
They're not seen as a product. They are seen as an extension of our life, which they are.
Officials have arrested 42-year-old Ronnie Stout for suspected arson, alleging he pushed this car while it was on fire down an embankment, sparking what has now become the 7th largest fire in California's history. He's scheduled to appear in court on Monday. Smoke from hundreds of fires burning in the U.S. and Canada is now spreading.
If you look up in the sky across much of the country, we're seeing evidence of these wildfires out west. Smoky skies out there. We have over 850 wildfires burning in Canada, over 100 here in the U.S. The most concentrated smoke, though, of course, over those big fires in Northern California. And that really thick smoke gets into northern Nevada, parts of Idaho and Wyoming and Montana.
Allison Kosick, ABC News, New York.
And take a look at this now. This time lapse of the Park Fire shows what appears to be a fire tornado. While scientists are still studying it to see if it really is a video of the rare event, you can see the massive rotating column move past the camera. And scientists did say the column is not the actual fire tornado. They believe one could be inside the column, similar to how regular tornadoes are disguised by intense rainfall. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, this wildfire season has burned more than 80,000 acres in the state of Washington so far. We have why the Commissioner of Public Lands says the process to fight them is working. Plus, the Tri-City Waterfallies had another successful year, but not without some bumps along the way. Riley Fitzgerald has that report coming up in our next half hour. But first, let's take a look at your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a delay at Apple over its artificial intelligence. Bloomberg reports Apple will begin rolling out its AI tools for some of its devices in October, later than anticipated. Other Apple Intelligence features are planned to be released at the end of the year and in early 2025. Next, Microsoft is streamlining file access between Windows 11 and Android phones. Users will soon wirelessly browse, copy, and move files directly from File Explorer. The feature is being tested with a full rollout coming soon. Finally, finding songs just got easier on TikTok. The platform's new feature lets users find songs by singing or humming them, similar to Shazam and YouTube Music. Sound search is currently available to select users on TikTok. A wider release is expected soon. You know, I tried singing My Apartment, but it's a little flat. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
In the neighborhood, every delivery is a treat.
One pistachio for you, sir.
One strawberry poof, please.
Oh! Enjoy it.
Oh, perfect.
Bye, Weber. Something minty? Of course, it's a large.
lucky.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Looking for a smarter way to mop? Try the Swiffer Power Mop. An all-in-one cleaning tool with a 360-degree swivel head that goes places a regular mop just can't.
The cleaning pad is thrown out.
Mop smarter with the Swiffer Power Mop.
P&G.
To stay on top of my game, I need to keep up my energy.
Cliff Bar is purposely crafted with 10 grams of protein and organic oats.
Because the more good you put in, the more great you get out.
Cliff, the most important ingredient is you.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Josh, did you have a good weekend?
I did.
Did you do anything exciting or no?
No.
Did you go outside?
And that's what made it good.
You know what? Mine was the same. I was reading a book, a really good book. So I was just holed up at home, not going outside, it wasn't even that hot though. When you think about it.
It felt great out there.
Yeah.
It just looked a little icky for some of us. A lot of icky scenes still in Yakima as we take a look right now.
Oh no, it's the same as last week.
Yes, it is very unfortunate. This view coming atop the Tandem Ridge, and there's still just a ton of smoke that's pouring in from the retreat fire into the Yakima Valley. So air quality continues to be either in that unhealthy for sensitive groups category or just straight up unhealthy. So if you're in one of those sensitive groups, or even if you're not in one of those sensitive groups, I would maybe sport the N95 mask this morning as you're headed out the front door. Okay, on to temperatures. We really haven't talked about temperatures yet for this morning. They're comfortable, 50s and 60s, even 70 up towards Cle Elum. So maybe some of us would need a very light jacket. Perhaps a little bit later in the day, a rain jacket might be necessary, as we are tracking some showers for the west side right now. I'm thinking by 8, 9 o'clock, this should be into Kittitas and Yakima counties. And then by lunchtime, likely this is going to be pretty close to the Tri-Cities. So the bottom line for the forecast is that we are in the dog days of summer, folks, as we are, of course, tracking that little shower and thunderstorm chance for today. Looks like maybe some triple-digit heat is going to return by the end of the week, and that is going to make fire fuels very stressed. But I'll show you what fire fuels are looking like for today. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. And talking more about fires, with the fires happening in and around our area, we spoke with the Deputy Director of the Oregon Department of Emergency Management about how to get prepared for the worst. She says when dealing with a level 3 go now evacuation in your area, do not hesitate. Just go. If you wait around, you're not only putting your own life at risk, you're also adding to the danger that first responders face. She also says to keep your neighbors in mind during this fire season.
Go next door. Hey, did you hear we're on a level 3? Hey, do you need help because we're on a level 3? Do you understand where the impacts are? Do you need a ride, right? Because there are more people, there are more individuals in these communities than there are first responders.
Some basic steps to start your emergency plan include having a communication plan, also knowing what you want to take with you, and knowing where to go and for how long. If you're ordered to evacuate, you should not return home until the evacuation has been lifted, and this to let firefighters do their job and to avoid putting lives at risk. The Commissioner of Public Lands, Hillary Franz, toured the site of the Black Canyon fire that's burning outside of Natchez. Commissioner Franz says she's already asked Governor Inslee to authorize the National Guard to assist with fighting the fires in the state by getting air support as soon as possible. While fires have burned more than 80,000 acres in Washington, Commissioner Franz says their process to combat them is working.
Where we are also getting stretched is not only the number of fires that we're having, but right now, Oregon, to be frank, is in dire straits. I would say we are still very well blessed in the fact that we have more resources than we've ever had before.
Fires in Oregon have burned more than 80,000 acres once again, and Franz praises the firefighters and first responders who are working to get the fires contained. In community event news, the biggest event of the year in the Tri-Cities took place over the weekend. That's the Tri-City Water Follies that we're talking about. Briley Fitzgerald attended the hydroplane races, and she brings us her report from this action-packed weekend, which had a few bumps along the way.
Safety is on the minds of everyone at the Water Follies after more than one hydroplane caught air this weekend. I caught up with driver J. Michael Kelly, who says he's okay after his boat flipped on Saturday.
All right, race leaders back into All Doors Incorporated. Turn number 3. Oh, it goes over. Tailing over.
I mean, I feel good. I'm sore, obviously. You know, I feel like I just got done racing a long weekend of hard-fought battles, and I just got it done in one heat. I kind of fell back a little bit at the beginning of the race because it was really rough in the first turn, so I kind of got through there, but then I started making ground up, and, you know, I felt like I was going to be able to, you know, come through the next turn ahead of them, and yeah, just unfortunate to, you know, the boat, it was just a racing incident, and just hate it for the team and stuff. Just created a lot of work, and you know, I'm bummed for the fans and stuff. We had a really good race boat, and just ended our weekend pretty quickly.
Kelly says while it's been 11 years since he's flipped over in a hydroplane, he's gone over 4 times on the Columbia River.
This river's kind of kicked my butt here and there, and you know, I've had a lot of success here too, and unfortunately I've gone over 4 times here as well. So
Friday's H1 races were postponed to the weekend. Concerns about low water levels in one part of the course dropped the track from 2.5 to 2 miles.
I've never had 3 patients come into my compound in one weekend.
Do we know why there were 3?
Absolutely. It's because of the size of that course out there. It's basically like a bathtub. And you get a couple kids in that bathtub that are running their little race boats in the bathtub, it kind of gets wavy in there, right? So you got a smaller area, not a lot of time for the water to calm down as the boats go by. So it's causing a lot of waves from different directions as well. And of course, when they reverb off the shore of the river, they're coming back as well. So you got all that stuff stirring up the water, and it causes for a rough racing condition.
it means a lot when people come and check on you, you know, because it's tough. It's like, you know, I'm really competitive, and it sucks to not be out there, and, you know, they're more worried about me as a, you know, person than my race boat, and all I could hear about is my race boat, and I was pretty bummed that my boat got hurt.
While there were several hydroplanes that came away with injuries, there weren't any injuries to the drivers. And the water follies have officially wrapped up for the year, but the next time H1s are on the water is for the Seattle Sea Fair this next weekend. Reporting in Kennewick, I'm Riley Fitzgerald for Good Morning Northwest.
Thank you, Riley. And the water follies have been wrapped up for another year. Now, a big event starts today also in Kennewick. It's the National Horseshoe Pitchers World Tournament. It kicks off this morning and goes until Friday. This tournament features world-renowned horseshoe pitchers, including people ages 6 to 94. The tournament is at the Toyota Center in Kennewick at the Three Rivers campus. Visit Tri-Cities says the World Tournament could bring nearly $1 million in economic impact to the area. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Marvel fans, listen up. At Comic-Con over the weekend, the MCU made a huge announcement that's got the internet going bonkers. We'll tell you all about it in your entertainment headlines. But first, Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. Keep it here. We will be right back.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps.
I learned the value of hard work right here in these fields as my immigrant parents pick crops. I graduated from Yakima Valley College and Gonzaga, worked for Congress and the state legislature. Now I'm running for state senate because we need someone who will fight for Central Washington. We're losing good paying jobs and warehouses are closing. I'm Maria Beltran, and I ask for your vote because our best days are ahead of us.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran. Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started. Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Take good care of you, Bruce Heating and Air.
Get ready for an unforgettable season with the Yakima Valley Pippins baseball team. We're celebrating our 10th season, and we want you to be a part of the excitement. Join us at the Yakima County Stadium for a fun, affordable, and professional baseball experience. From single game tickets to season ticket memberships, group events, and merchandise, we have options to fit everyone's needs. This season only, we're offering special deals to celebrate our 10th season. Don't miss out on Yakima Valley Pippins baseball.
And now for something totally different. Hi, it's Carrie Isaacson, and I'm running for the Senate seat from the 16th District. I'm standing up for our way of life in this part of Southeast Washington, in our towns, suburbs, and farms. Ballots are due August 6th. You were sent one. Use it. Please vote for me. Visit my website at electcarrieIsaacson.com. Thanks.
Paid for by Elect Carrie Isaacson, Democrat.
Drive into summer with the rugged Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Summer is for exploring, so get outdoors, kick up some dust, get muddy, or just find that perfect campsite. All from Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
This morning, we're about to surprise one small American business with a $50,000 grant live. Why? You don't want to miss this. Plus, this week, Matt Damon, Nev Campbell, and Carrie Underwood, all live on
Good Morning, America.
As the fire of love grows,
I am falling.
I'm falling for you.
an old flame could burn it all down.
What is going on? I can't do this.
New Bachelorette, tonight on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Temperatures are feeling pretty good this morning. We're up to 53 at Snoqualmie Pass, 60 for Cle Elum, 64 for Ellensburg, 65 for Vantage. So 60s up and down the Kittitas Valley. And we're seeing a mixture of 50s and 60s for the Yakima Valley, 53 for Sunnyside, 58 for Grandview, right at 60 officially in Yakima. And then for the Lower Columbia Basin, 67 for the Tri-City, 64 for Umatilla, 60 for Mesa. So these temperatures are pretty much the same across the map. 60s for the foothills of the Blues. Looks like we're probably in the 50s for places like Meacham and Ukiah. A little bit later today, we're all going to end up at about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year, so most of us should end up in the 80s, although parts of the Kittitas Valley will struggle to even make it above 80 degrees. And of course, we'll have those scattered shower and thunderstorm chances for today. And with lightning in the forecast, here's what vegetation dryness looks like for today. Up into the 66th percentile for Kittitas and Yakima County, so definitely not the driest stuff we've seen this fire season by a long shot. Then for the Lower Columbia Basin, up into the around the 80th percentile for today, so also not the driest stuff we've seen thus far this fire season. And then for the Blue Mountains, up into the 86th percentile, so you know, still pretty dry vegetation out there, and of course that always spells trouble, specifically whenever we have lightning in the forecast.
Thank you, Josh. And now it's time for some entertainment headlines. So Robert Downey Jr. is back for more Avengers films. I don't know if you heard about this, but in a huge reveal at Comic-Con, Marvel announced Downey would return to the franchise as the classic Fantastic Four villain, Dr. Doom.
Yeah, Jessica, he's slated to be a part of at least 2 movies, Avengers Doomsday, due out in May 2026, as well as Avengers Secret Wars, expected in May 2027.
So I'm not sure how this is going to work. Is he just like he died, so they're just having another, you know, someone who looks exactly like him play a different character?
I think they're desperate.
Yeah, maybe he just needs more money, you know, inflation. Well, Downey helped launch the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man in 2008. The MCU has gone on to become the highest grossing film franchise of all time. Well, more in entertainment, Justin Timberlake's attorney says he was wrongfully arrested for DWI last month. Timberlake's lawyer claims police made several mistakes during the arrest, which took place in New York.
Yeah, authorities say Timberlake didn't stop at a stop sign and was swerving before he was pulled over.
Timberlake told the police he had a martini before getting behind the wheel and was following friends home on that night, according to the court records. Well, back to movie talk. David Daniel has early box office estimates for the weekend top 5. Take a look.
It's hard to explain, sir.
Longlegs landed in 5th place, grossing $6.8 million. At number 4, Inside Out 2 made $8.3 million. It's at $613 million domestic. Despicable Me 4 is up to $291 million domestic after a 3rd place weekend worth $14.2 million.
And when that warm air and moisture busts through the cap, it explodes in the atmosphere, creating an anvil.
As expected, Twisters lost the top spot, but $35.3 million gave the tornado flick 2nd place and a 10-day domestic total of $155 million.
You are special. This is your chance to be a hero among heroes.
Deadpool and Wolverine crushed the competition. The long-awaited pairing of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman opened with $205 million. Easily the year's best debut, the biggest debut ever for an R-rated movie, and the 8th best opening weekend ever. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
I keep saying I'm going to see one of these movies, Twisters, Inside Out 2, or the new Deadpool on the weekend, and then I never do. So I still have a long list of things I need to see. What about you? Seen any of them?
All of them. I need to see all of them. I'm not as interested in the Deadpool movie, but you know, streaming everything comes out on streaming so fast now. It kind of takes the air out of seeing it in person.
You're right. It's kind of better to watch it at home, you know. Then you can like pause it, get up and use the bathroom, get up and get snacks. Like I like doing that.
And movie theaters are expensive. The tickets themselves aren't expensive, but if you want to get the popcorn, the Sour Patch Kids, the Coke.
Popcorn for like $30 and an icy for another $10.
Yep.
Love it. Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the 2 men wounded at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania have been released from the hospital. We have the details plus more coming up in your 5 o'clock morning sprint. Keep it here. We will be right back.
I have worked with Senator Curtis King for the past 2 years, and I know how much he cares about the constituents in his district. He is well respected by both parties. He is results-oriented, and he works very hard for the district.
We got to elect Curtis King. He has a proven record. We're very lucky to have him as a representative in the Senate.
There is no better candidate for the job than Senator Curtis King.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Tiffany Smiley is not who she says she is.
Tiffany Smiley started a PAC claiming to raise money to support conservative candidates, but contributions were funneled to pay off her own $1 million campaign debt.
Of the almost $800,000 she raised, only $24,800 went to candidates. Instead, Tiffany used the money on luxury travel and to try to pay off her massive debt.
Tiffany Smiley deceived her donors. Don't let her deceive you.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bath Fitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bath Fitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Tacoma for just $389 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Watch live with Kelly and Mark weekdays at 9.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 5:49, time for your morning sprint in this 5 o'clock hour. So here are the top 5 local stories you need to know this morning. Number 1, there's a community meeting for people affected by the Retreat Fire in Yakima County. The meeting will be held tonight at 6 p.m. at the Natchez Valley Elementary School in the cafeteria. If you cannot make it in person, the meeting will be streamed on the Retreat Fire 2024 Facebook page. Number 2, the Ellensburg Police Department says it has identified 2 people of interest in 2 suspicious fires that happened recently. Authorities did not give us specifics, but said the fires were separate from one another. They say they'll release more information soon. And authorities throughout the region are reminding people to stay out of the irrigation canals. They say despite warnings, people will try to swim in the canals to cool off, but authorities say many people don't understand how fast the water can move and oftentimes get tangled in debris in the water. Again, authorities are warning people to stay out of these canals. Number 4 now, the political group Let's Go Washington is hosting a special event today in Richland. Members of the group will be at the Jackson's Shell on Kingsgate Way, and this is to get voters to understand Initiative 2117 on the ballot. This is the gas tax initiative, and the group will pay the difference on every gallon of gas sold from 8 to 10 a.m. this morning. Number 5, the National Horseshoe Pitchers World Tournament is taking place starting today at the Toyota Center in Kennewick. The tournament lasts through Friday. People are competing to be crowned the best in the world when it comes to horseshoes. Competitors range in age from 6 to 94 years old.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Well, we have some very light showers on the west side for right now, but within the next few hours, this will end up getting into portions of Yakima and Kittitas counties. And by lunchtime, it should be pretty close to the Tri-Cities as we time this out on Futurecast. And we continue to put this into motion. This is 5 p.m., pretty widespread stuff at this stage of the ball game. And I'm thinking it's going to be even more widespread into the late evening. This is midnight and still a lot of activity on the map at this point. But then into tomorrow morning, some models are suggesting we could hold on to a thunderstorm chance for either the Blue Foothills or the Blue Mountains, but Futurecast is painting the picture that overall we should be much drier for tomorrow as opposed to today. So for today, those scattered shower and thunderstorm chances, the best chances are going to be up in the Cascades, also for the Kittitas Valley. Today's highs are going to be 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Also, it will be a bit breezy today, winds gusting out of the north and west for Kittitas and Yakima counties, but out of the west and southwest for the rest of us, gusting between 20 to 30 miles per hour. And then for tonight, we'll see temperatures dropping off into the 50s and 60s. We'll have lingering showers, probably not as many thunderstorms at this point because obviously we're going to lose the daytime heating, and the winds will continue to do their little northwest to southwest dance, gusting only up to 20 miles per hour at this point. So again, could have some lingering showers or thunderstorms into Tuesday morning, mainly for the Blue Foothills and Blue Mountains. Looking much drier, though, overall for Tuesday through Thursday. There's going to be another little bout of shower or thunderstorm chances from Friday through Sunday. But here is, I kind of buried the lead here, if you will, because we're going to be up around 105 again for the Tri-Cities by Friday. So here comes another heat wave. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. That thunderstorm chance for today, dry for the rest of the forecast period, and then heating up near 105, if not warmer than that for Friday. For Yakima, we'll have tough air quality downwind of the Retreat Fire for sure. Back to 100 by Thursday, and then a thunderstorm chance again on Sunday. For Hermiston, a thunderstorm chance for today, 100 by Thursday, around 105 by Friday. And then for Walla Walla, also that thunderstorm chance today, maybe one lingering into tomorrow morning, near 105 by Friday, and then cooled off by more thunderstorm chances for Saturday and Sunday.
Thank you, Josh. In your national headlines now, the 2 men wounded when a gunman opened fire at former President Donald Trump's campaign rally in Pennsylvania are now both out of the hospital. Doctors released James Koppenhaver on Friday. The other wounded man, David Dutch, was discharged last Wednesday. The gunfire killed firefighter Corey Comparator, and Trump says he plans to hold another campaign rally in Butler and will honor Comparator's life and those injured. The Justice Department says TikTok could influence U.S. elections, and the DOJ is concerned TikTok's algorithm could allow the Chinese government to influence voters as well. According to the law signed in April, TikTok has until mid-January 2025 to find a new owner, or it will be banned from the U.S. entirely. Now, in your business headlines this morning, the FAA says it's increasing oversight of Southwest Airlines after a string of close calls. Southwest officials say they started looking into safety issues in April after 2 flights which had similar issues. They didn't specify which, although around that time, a Southwest flight plunged toward the ocean off the coast of Hawaii, coming within 400 feet of the water. This after a new pilot inadvertently pushed the control column forward, and that's according to a Southwest memo obtained by Bloomberg. Some Toyota owners will be getting a brand new engine. Last month, Toyota recalled more than 100,000 Tundra pickups and Lexus SUVs. Toyota said debris during manufacturing may have been left inside the engine, which could cause the engine to not run smoothly or stall. At this time, Toyota said it was looking for a fix, or at that time, but now says it'll just replace the entire engine. Customers will not have to pay for the replacement. In your health headlines, it could be a new stage in the fight against Alzheimer's disease. A new study says a combination of 2 simple blood tests can catch 90% of early dementia cases. In comparison, dementia specialists using standard methods were accurate 73% of the time. Researchers say the findings could lead to a blood test that can be used in a primary care physician's office. The FDA has issued a public health alert for El Salvador ground cinnamon due to potential lead contamination. And the FDA warns those who already have it should throw it away. And the agency is urging the distributor to issue a voluntary recall. Young children face the greatest health risk from lead poisoning, so parents should take special precautions. It's now time for some trending news. First up, a woman born without legs now holds a big skateboarding record. Well, the Guinness Book of World Records says Kanya Sesser recently completed the longest handstand on a skateboard, and that's at 19.65 seconds. So Sesser, who grew up in Oregon, is not only a pro skater, but Paralympic athlete, actress, and model. And you know, this just makes me think about how I could be doing so much and then just don't, utilize, my arms and legs for things, because that's insane.
Yeah, I've got a scar on my elbow from simply standing on a skateboard.
Oh, really?
And then you can just
I can't do any tricks on it.
You can piece together what happened after that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, now some more trending news. Number 1 trending across all platforms, actually. Simone Biles, the GOAT in U.S. gymnastics.
Yes, Biles hit more than 1 million searches on Google Trends after she hurt her leg during the Olympic qualifying event on Saturday. It hasn't stopped her from competing, though. Biles is still setting the bar across the Olympics. I like that, setting the bar. And the injury looks as if it hasn't set her back one bit.
Have you been watching any of the Olympics?
I have not, and
I'm just seeing the highlights on social media like that.
Her teammate, Sunisa Lee, she's a graduate of Auburn University, which is where my sister went, where my dad went, where my mom went. So War Eagle, just a little shout out to them.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're still tracking the retreat fire burning in Yakima County. Well, the latest coming up in our next hour. Also, people demanding justice for Sonia Massey, the 36-year-old woman shot dead by a sheriff's deputy in her own home after calling 911 for help earlier this month. Details on the widespread outrage.
Plus, I'll have your weather forecast, and we'll go through all the fires across the region, so we'll see you back here for that at 6.